There once was a creature named Abu. He was very humble, helpful, and caring. He lived on the outermost edge of the desert. This part of the desert consisted of luscious grasslands. Abu was a very friendly fellow. He knew all of his neighbors. Artie the armadillo was his next-door neighbor and was extremely shy and kept to himself most of the time. Little did they know that they soon would become himself most of the time. Little did they know that they soon would become best friends. It all started when the great sandstorm was coming to town where Abu and Artie lived. Now, as we stated before, Artie was a very shy and sometimes anxious fellow, so when the great sandstorm came through, Artie was a hysterical mess. He worried and worried and worried and worried about this huge sandstorm that was coming through. Abu didn't understand why Artie was so worried. It's just a silly sandstorm, he thought, until they started to shake. The wind was whipping them back and forth, and they began to tremble and shake and shake. Abu ran over to Artie, but Artie was already rolling away. Camel ran and ran after Artie until there was nothing left but a speck in the distance. Abu fell to the ground and sobbed because his neighbor was lost forever, or so he thought. After the sandstorm, Abu was determined to find his friend. He trotted to Ellie. Abu cried to Ellie, "Artie rolled away. I didn't listen to Artie. I took his worries for granted. I didn't listen. I...
Calm down, Abu. It's all right. I will help you,"
Ellie said. "We have to hurry before Artie rolls any further away. Please help. We must go find him now."
"Oh, I cannot go with you, Abu. You must go alone."
"What? You mean that you can't come with me? How am I to survive?"
"I will help you get ready for your journey. I can even tell you the obstacles that lie ahead."
So Ellie helped Abu prepare for his journey in the desert to find his lost friend. Ellie said,
"First, you must have the resources to survive in the harsh desert."
Ellie began to slowly walk towards a huge watering hole with 2 empty jugs of water. She filled one jug with water and then placed it on Abu's back. These jugs of water, she filled the second one with water and placed it right next to the first jug.
These jugs of water are going to help you for the trouble that might come in your journey into the desert.
"Oh, thank you so much, Ellie. You are the best," yelled Abu.
Abu, remember not to speak to anyone who may avert you from finding Artie. He really needs your help, you know.
Abu was so excited about beginning his journey that he didn't quite hear what important advice Ellie had just given. So Abu was very confident in his journey to come. He started walking towards the golden sands in hopes of finding his lost friend. Now, you have to remember that it is extremely hot and dry in the desert, so Abu became very exhausted extremely quickly. He stopped for a quick minute to drink out of the first jug, but he realized there was a huge snake blocking his path.
"What's on your back?"
asked the devious snake. "They are water jugs to help me with my journey," replied Abu.
"Where are you going?"
"How does it concern you in any way?"
"How dare you insult me?"
hissed the snake. What just happened? Abu asked himself. Then he realized that the water jugs were permanently attached to his back. He became very embarrassed and ashamed for letting his anger at the snake get in the way of him finding Artie. Abu could not let this discouragement get in the way of finding his best friend. He pushed his anger aside and carried on with his journey. Abu continued to walk and walk as the hot sun beat down on his back. He continued walking deep in the desert. He noticed a small circular object. He stared and realized that it was Artie in the distance. He ran over to Artie. "Artie, is that you?"
"Abu, you found me."
"Artie, why were you in a ball?"
"I got scared because I didn't know where I was, but now that you're here, that makes me feel so much better. You look different, Abu."
"Yeah, I know. When I was looking for you, this evil snake casted a spell on me. He wanted me to tell you where I was going, but I wouldn't. I was determined to find you all by myself."
"Oh, thank you so much. I would have been so afraid if that snake got to me."
"Well, you were very brave, Artie. Let's go home now. Artie and Abu started walking home to their grassland. They have been best friends ever since. The end.